Angkas Tech. Let's go.
When I came and joined Angkas, the very first impression and internally and even externally from our drivers is that our app really sucked. A lot of drivers were really patient because they were trying to have a way of living, but the app itself was not good enough for their day-to-day operations. This is one of the other tech leads, and he can explain what a tech lead does better than me. Him.
Why?
Because he's foggy, he has a big...
Tesseract wasn't just brought up last year. It was actually brought up even way before I joined the company almost 2 years ago. And they actually hired me for the very same purpose of building this new app that will take the company to the next stage. But due to some issues and prioritizations, we have to set those aside, and we have to deal with some firefighting in the first few months of last year until such time that the company decided enough is enough.
Yung pinaka nakita kong improvement as a whole, super simple talaga. Super dali niya makabook. And it doesn't take even 5 minutes to finish, to get a biker.
When you think back to Tess era, what is one thing that you're most proudest of?
I think yung proudest thought na I have is we're able to finish it within 6 months. The whole new application.
Typically ba, how long would it take to launch an app like that?
Honestly, 2 years. 2 years to 5. Kasi we're talking about millions of people using it. So to pull it off in 6 months, impeccable feat sa tingin ko. Something that we are proud of. Not to mention yung number of developers we had just to work on that, new Angkas app.
Actually, one of the major improvements na ginawa natin sa Angkas app is yung optimization talaga ng pag-look for biker. So, with our old app, hindi siya ganun ka-ideal in terms of looking for bikers. Kasi what our old app does is, upon clicking on book, maghahanap lang siya one time. Kapag wala nahanap, sasabihin ka agad no biker found.
So one of the major improvements of the new app is that it can scale really well. We know that we're gonna be launching with a high volume of people. Our major focus during that time is really on scalability.
Oh, there's our guest.
Hey guys.
Well, I guess let's start with what are the immediate things that pop into your head when you started getting to know more about Tesseract?
So there's very positive things and also some things that worried me, but maybe let's start with the positive things. So that the team pulled off Tesseract within a few months. They built the entire system from scratch and architected in a way that it is scalable and stable, and that's what we see now in production. So we have the proof that we are really beyond scalability and stability issues. So this is really impressive, and I was really impressed when I saw it going live, and I was really impressed when I started digging a little bit more into the architecture and into the implementation of the system. So very impressive short period of time. When I heard about Tesseract for the first time, that was a few months before I joined. I had a call with George, and he told me about the team is going to build Tesseract in a few months, and I only said it's impossible. Yeah, it's completely impossible. It cannot work. Eventually, it took a little bit longer than initially planned, but still the time it took from starting to getting it to production is extremely impressive. Yeah, so.
Thanks. How about you, Russell? You have anything?
Yeah, maybe just to wrap up this topic. For Tess, where do you see the future of Tess now that we have rolled out in Manila 100% and Jalopy is in the decommissioning stage?
Yes. So before we talk about the future, let's talk about the present. So when we look at Tesseract is a great system, it's stable, it scales, and it does exactly what it is expected to do. You open it, you place your booking, you get the biker from Angkas brings you safely from A to B. So everything's fine. That's exactly what it should do. But having said that, I think we all need to understand that this is not the finish line. This is the start line of the race. Yeah? Because now we are at the point where it does what it should do, and it's all about what next. Yeah? What's the future? And the way how I see the future is it's all about smartness in the app. Yeah? So what does smartness in the app mean? Smartness means for me that the app knows the customer, the app knows the driver, and the app can predict what is going on in Manila. It's not hard to predict. The app can predict and is optimizing in real time for that what is expected to happen in Manila's traffic. Yeah? And having said that, I want to make it more tangible by explaining my vision. Yeah? So my vision is that one day in Manila, I walk out to the street, and when I take my phone and I plan to open the app, somebody says to me, "Hey, Joseph, I'm already here. I'm your biker." Yeah? And even if that sounds a little bit weird or scary, I think everybody who has a solid technical background knows that it is not unrealistic. With today's technologies, with AI, with prediction engines, we can already do that. And that's what I mean with smartness in the app. And of course, this is an extreme example, as a vision, but there are so many things in between we can do to enrich the app with the smartness that it already knows what you want, it knows what the biker needs to do. We can manage the biker's location to the right place. We can make sure that bikers are always there where a demand is, and so on. So there's a lot of things to do. The core use case itself won't change. It is opening the app and telling the system that you want to go from A to B. But the level of smartness we add to this use case will eventually differentiate us in the market.
Thank you so much for your time, Joseph. It was really, a nice time chatting with you and sharing your thoughts with tech in general, and learning a lot with what's more in store.
Thank you, Lloyd. And I also want to take the opportunity to say a big thank you to the entire product and tech team that have pulled it off. That's really, really amazing and really impressive. And always have in mind, it's not the biggest army that wins the game, it's the smartest army that wins the game. That's what we want to be.